방금도 전에 다와도 좀 봐야지. 담배 제는 된지 권남들라 저한테 돈이 이제서는 저는 제제선에 관심이 되네. 자나 명언이 되냐가 소원을 소시는 만내자외로 말 뭐지 다게 식으로 된대. 거긴 좀 해보내 주선데 구성도 기후로 제도 소. 굿모닝 여러분. 아이 다 아들이 먼저 로사와 진짜 통보 고주 레스로
Mhm.
니마다 와르시 로사와 레스로
Today begins our first class of the new year, but in reality, every day is New Year.
나 먼저 진짜 진짜 디 진짜 진짜 주룩 서시도 서와
Mhm.
다 디나랑 먼저 다리 조디 니 아 파진투
Mhm.
돌아다 도샤나 텐션 서와
Mhm.
주시로 조디
So, in this kind of session or period of 16 classes, I thought essentially to say something about the six perfections, to mainly focus on that.
그래서나 다 저런 좀 많자 롱어마 저는 정말 레이어를 뭐 레이어를 지나 nga zinda mayuna ya chranzo komje guyore yang do ji teblo guyore yu da tin na ne ya
Mhm.
omni lobjon chi guyora ta dozo na ne ta zoro de nga do karche gore la na ngranzo 참말로 가르쳐 있는 건zo 딘데 치고 gore la zna ta zo ngzo simla digi yo ya chi dirwa
Mhm.
ani jik digi sia ro so so samba jik thuk de wa ta samba ma ji wa ta de khadula sim de dawo ja tu ya sim ma ji we ne ne sim ji we yo so ya ge tablam ta ma ja be zun de chi ge yo re da wa che da di indi zang ga la ne tan de ge pa jin tu gi nyam ne de ne de la be ta pen do chen bu yo re sro
Mhm. So, in essence, then why focus on these six perfections? Because a lot of you have already come here and or meditate or do your own study and so forth on YouTube. So why are we doing that? Why are we doing these studies and meditations? What's the essence of that? What's the purpose of that? It is because it is a mind that wants well-being. It is a mind that gets upset, and it's a mind that misperceives things. So we need to have a degree of ownership over our mind, going from a state of being ill at ease to well-being. So mainly we are putting effort into that. And in that context, the six perfections is essentially doing that.
먼저 다 곰자 망고 요리로 곰자 망고 요리 삼다 망고 요리 탐나 망고 요리 개지슈데 chanjugisem 다 먼저 더 남배추기 식전은 chanjugisem 요리 또 semba sambu 치야 들어와
Mhm.
다 semba sambu 치야 디다 먼저 메제나게 다 개지슈들이로 semba sambu 치야 디 아니 디지 자오로 디다 신빈 신라 편도 치야 아니 셈들라 다 돼요 하세지 셈나를 텐데요 지 많이 봐 퍼르 소소 예용기 미라 즉 동해들의 통데 아직 대 동해들 전에 지만하서 야 대외 풍부들에서는 아직 대 대화지 dem바지 지만하서 뭐다 말아도 무슨 말하는지 저 유된 저기 낭미다 초보다 초모다 총바다 레갈레로다 도조라다 지 디지 두비하게 배전시야다 편도시야로 다 편도시야다 안에 도저라 직동에 통연도 동에세야게 탐람시야 딘데게 지 칼서월에 셈바상부치야 되다 개치슈 최근 인구라고디 chanjuga sem tigi ora esirwa.
So, there are many different types of meditation, a lot of methods to practice. But really what this all comes down to is in the context of Buddha Dharma, the thought of others' welfare, the bodhicitta thought, which essentially means kind-heartedness. And in the context of our life, that kind-heartedness is most important because it is said that that altruistic thought, or bodhicitta, is the root of well-being, the thought to help others. Of course, not just merely to recall that, but in the context of the people around you, to your left and right, what they're going through, to help them remove their suffering, and the fact that they're bereft of ultimate well-being, to place them in that. So we're talking about relating to our family, friends, and colleagues. So we put effort into that, helping them remove their problems and their causes and helping them have this well-being. So in that context, essentially then, kind heart is most important. And that is the essence of Buddha Dharma, it is said.
다 먼저 표규낭데 대보침배 난제게 다저 랍제 냠레 디 조로데 카르레 고르라나 안에 걸서오래 먼저 chanjuge 셈 마제와 껴와치베 탑체와 chanju 생기 유 탑체 한 chanju 셈 고랑 오시 한 chanju 생기 랍자스 제제다 디진 수문항라다 누구요래다 당이 먼저 지 윤대명아 듄당 다시냐제당 또봉아당 도주 죄 상마다 규규기 냠내도 봐. 다 전주생 마제외 공부 규기 냠내잖냐. 셰데레스로.
Now, in the Tibetan tradition of Buddhism, particularly the Mahayana tradition, the main thing is to generate this awakening mind of bodhicitta. And there are three kind of levels to that. Firstly, what's the method of that? Secondly, recognizing its or engaging in its actual production. And finally, the advice of how to practice once you engage. So generating that thought that is not yet generated, the methods for that we have been through in the previous classes, like 6 causes and 1 effect. Then there's equalizing, equanimity, equalizing and exchanging self for others and the 5 powers. This is because we want to generate uncontrived altruism that's not yet generated. No.
아니 뭐시 뭐 전주생 안주서 파진도데 랍자다 냠내시 디젠 숨난도 레스로.
No, so, and then there's the actual, or the, what is bodhicitta, the enlightened thought in kind, relating to the 6 perfections.
그래서 나도 이 가서 오래야 전수 당야 최로 체제용서 아니 전주생 유카레스로와 전주심 신변 신라 편도체 내라고요 말이로 신라 편도체 레탕보스 신라 수수다 저면적이 미지라 네 편도치긴이라 디 견자도 알아 디 삼로디 레라고 레 갈래하고 요르디 레라고 요 말이로.
Now, this is something we not just want to recall, but we use these methods so that we can recall what is altruism. The bodhicitta, the thought of enlightenment, has a cause. What is the cause? It is this beneficial intention of altruism. This is not easy to cultivate because it's connected with the thought to help beings that one doesn't know. And that could seem strange.
말하면서 수수 즉 무엇을 저와야 되죠? 당 수수라 직도 수수 저와 수수 가워여서 되게라. 아니 지 동해 제도 동해 세야당 지 편도 시야도 남산 연구도 알아. 아니 현대 저면 저 미질라 연구민도 와대. 레레와 연구민도 와대. 아다 난도 가시에 그다니 소소 마가세 미딘데라 아직 데 동해로다 강이래죠. 아데 펜부청데 근데 거기 딘데지 거기 어디 미디 저기 뭐 예시 코 딘데지 거기 뭐 딘데지 거기 딘데지 라구로 알아. 먼저 뒤에 딘데지 그러 알아.
Because it's easy for us to, relate with concern to the people that we know, the people that are near and dear, that we don't want them to suffer and we want to help them. That comes easily. But for people we don't know, such thoughts doesn't come so easily. And in fact, in terms of some groups of people that we might label as foes or enemies, if they suffer, we might even think, oh, they had that coming to them type thing, and they deserve it.
제자다 삼로 단다 어디 주어지 당고요. 다디 주마다 나나네 다가란자 되그래다.
Yeah. Such an attitude needs to go through transformation. If it does not, the attitude will remain with us.
제자다 저 수수 응어서 펜 토바다 펜마 토바 다 나라도 셰럽디 하고 그러면서 제 원해서는 먼저 심진 탐지 랑라 거린 첨부 레데르와 신다 미드 파샤 먼저 둔두도 저게 먼저 소대게르와 둔두도 저 알아서 딩자니 미싱건 탄다면 저라 키게 테러베 지야 된대 심미 테러베 지야 심지 둔두게 가서 생각하면서 로버지가 아니 간도 칼라사 먹으시지 둔두 심진데 내용고여라 제자니 지 사무 셰럽디 데스파 띵사브로 도이나 아니 심지 미탐제다 인다 이러와 둔두도 있는 거절라 편도에 대가지 먼저다 거리 먼저다 거리 전부 인바지 아니 아고연디 아지다 도스 상망원에 알아 제 지금 얘기 디지도야라 편도 전부 잔자르샤스 단 하고 되잖아서 그래서 겨우가지기 거하러 신예비나다 아니 말한도 정말로 지 팀마징 어도 벤 낭미체 되어 같은 대로 상상상을 지 가서 그래 아지 근데 공부된데 나나야 롭조님도 제대로 되는데 야지 부토마로 되는데 나는 님도 절 야 파고 파자나나 파고 파룩 지 버세 가서 장가요 말아 봐도 상담에 있나네 그 상담인데 당가서 정문데 상문 말아 대화 연결해서 오늘 응어다 주네 말아 편도 전부 연결해서 당고 먼저 아니지 당용게 삼노다야다 먼저 저저 대화요 삼다야 들어와 먼저 직직을 먼저 빈주 대화요 들어와 대화요 잠마세 수술 거리시 모임 받다디 네 갖도 이내 결혼서 말아야 삼당게 결혼설에다 결혼설에 예지 무스레와 칠레레 냠네 또데 당보 되네 고조 그래서 지 수술의 편도 전부 가져 이미 나한테 대화 가려 이미 아니지 거린 전부 가져 이미 어다데 심나라 초지 레베 중 지워야 되다 개 전부 쳤디 유조직 대차게요 그래서
Now, such an understanding of relating to others and helping them must, whether one does directly or not, or is able to see the direct and indirect connection with others. This comes down to deepening one's wisdom. Except for having wisdom, one is unable to see this, the fact that all living beings have been kind to one and that our sustenance depends on them. So, for example, even animals, we depend on them, dogs and cats, often for the affection, but also sometimes for food, we are sustained by animals. So let alone this wisdom that sees our interrelatedness with all humans, then also animals have benefited us and are equally kind. So in that sense, this kind of deki in Tibetan, this well-being or thought to only help others and see how they've been kind to you is deepened if you have a kind of an understanding of past lives, a vast view of past lives, and that connection, seeing those beings as like one's dear relations, and that we're all in this group studying together, or we might have been insects or even pigs together. You know, so there's like no limit to counting the past lives. And so that contact we have is like direct or indirect, isn't it? But whatever, whether the contact is direct or indirect, we need to have a sense of equanimity to living beings, that we are mutually connected, that not only we are mutually interdependent, but there's a notion of help and kindness there. And this is where the practice begins. Firstly, recognizing the thought to help others. Secondly, that we are connected through that interdependence, and then repaying the kindness. And then really, essentially, that's the cause of well-being right there.
Tibetan Lama Khenpo Jigme Pinzo. He remember his life, past life, 500 lives different. And
500 past lives. Yeah.
Past lives. And then he concentration go back, and he says, anytime he has feel deer and birds, his body have feeling light, you know, looks light. And then anytime he remember his past life, pig and tiger, his body become happy. 그래서 이 이제 말하면서 또 곰 잡나 말하면서 저 ten야 되네로 근데 연구라 아니 야야야 되네 지잖아 말하면서 경험에 능미된데도 알리대로 야 딩에 능미 그래서 다시 능미니 말하면서 능미 통나 가보시라라 그 생각만 핀둘러 돈에다 능미도 투라 배가고 가봐 연구도 알아 근데 나 싫어지 초지 레나네 배워도 알아
So there's a mind that gets kind of feeling from recognizing those points. If we meditate, then definitely we will recognize our past lives. That will come, that recognition will come, and then we will see, oh, such and such was my family, so and so was my family, and that will bring a sense of joy. You know, like when I went recently to meet my relatives in Chengdu, in China, that type of feeling.
It's amazing, you know, since 35 years, never seen, never met my relative. And then us met, we a little bit shocked. It's too reality. And then slowly, I spent 2 weeks there. You know, the pure, unconditional love, very powerful. You know, therefore, you know, all family have some same feeling like that. And then this life family or past life family or other family, you know, when you go like that, then your feelings more bigger. Your pure life more bigger. And sometimes I would allow you sometimes so same the judge children and so 강이 망고지 태대버디 대가랑이 규진치고 되는 이 말했어.
It's good to reflect like that, because if one does, then the mind becomes vaster. And, you know, when you go through difficulties, it's difficult to trace it to just one thing. There are many causes and conditions.
내가 그래도 다 신변 지야라 시럽고 그래 시럽지 처음에는 아니 신변 지야 살 밀어 펜토이샤 너무 소소마지 와시 되그래로 망고지게 한다 아니 선주당 좀물링 내주당 내주당만 돈도 소소마지 와시 되기도 같이 되거라서는 시럽 충다고 여러와 시럽데 자첨보여는 아니 그 마지 와치 거게 말와 그래서 데 잠정한테 이제 시바다 아니 수수 가르치 두고 여버디 이제 시험도 될라 선바 마지 와치 이제 되네 펜도 문도 마지 와치 되네 아니 펜토 유샤제 동네 태워서도 하시나 먼저 신변시야 될라 니 시럽 보고래 시럽 게라 롭존 치고 아래 곰자고 요래 아니 돼지고 말해 다 소남 싸고 다 소남 라야 딩어서 누조 미 레라 하고 미도 하대 칼레 하고 쉬지도 하대
However, to cultivate the thought to help others, altruism, must have wisdom as its support. Without wisdom as a support, although you might want to help others, but you cannot. And you see the situation of the world, the news and so forth, and it upsets or perturbs your mind. If the mind is endowed with wisdom, you'll never get upset or perturbed. But if the mind is disturbed and perturbed, then not only can you not help others, it could make the situation even worse. So then, we need to cultivate wisdom. To that end, we need to study about it, certainly, and also meditate. But we also need a lot of merit. And this notion of merit is perhaps something we're not so used to in the West.
아 갈래 하고 그래
Hopefully, slowly we will get to know merit, get to know it.
저거 좀 지켜라서 갈래 하고 남자하고
Yeah, we will be patient and slowly know.
나도 곰디스 자오라
We should meditate now together.
다도 뭐 꿀론 다 드린 로사베 곰 당보래와 로사베 곰 당보래 예 드린 네 지금 로디나라와 아니 지 semba 상보지 그 돈에 네 가도 투도지 에 대기 식도 대기 책도 저 배배 책도 인기죠 대스도 르데오 봐 대세야 돼 르데오 코난데 다들 과자단 담아라 당하나 그거다 티야 예 저자고 미지 이 수수수 코난이로 대세야 돼 르데오 기세야 돼 semba지고로 르데오다 semba지고는 다라다 그래서 딘딩에 로데나가 아니 르디 되어야 직다 semba지고 해야지 토네 아니 직 semba상 뭐지 토네 아니 로데 야고지 게도 지기니 펜도에 지기 선배군에 군노야고 시계쇼 아스라
Before we meditate, we set the right intention, the motivation and it is the first of the new year. So with that being the case from today, in the context of this year, may I cultivate a kind heart as best I can. The Tibetan word is de, ki. Some of the words are quite beautiful. Anyway, de, the first part, I take to mean physical well-being or the bliss of the body. Anyway, there are a lot of meanings, but that's what I get out of it. And the second one, ki, is not physical, but it's mental happiness. So that, if you cover body and mind, that's everything. So this year, may I cultivate physical well-being and mental happiness in order to benefit others, in order to help them.
this 군노야고 제쇼
Yeah, so please set your intention.
아다 딘데기 신변기 심지어 봐. 마트리네 지니 미신의 편도 지기 셈데. 그래서 류나라 왜 가고는 신지. 그냥 왜 잠만 받대와. 지야 지 수술을 심가나다 또나다. 인데 되니 왜 저런 신지 요 천재 대쇼스라.
Now think that beneficial intention to help others today abides in your heart, in the nature of white light. Not only white light, but its entity is bliss. It gives you joy and feeling of well-being.
我也的，这 니메제나라 야니 동이 정말 용거래요. 담대 주무에는 셈버 성부치에 당기기 탐자치 때들로 당기면 등에 가되이나 말하기 다 자외 메제나기 다 탐자치슈디 탐자샤고 그래서
In the context of this life, sometimes we experience well-being and difficulties also come up. What's important is to make the strong resolve in the context of one's life, never to give up the good heart.
我也的搞个马上就来等着，如果人过了，那什么啥玩意儿，等着什么你我全部去，新编起来个咯，开玩笑有天气，你搞个工过来是吧？
One can now rejoice that in this old body, one has generated a new thought of bodhicitta, the concern to help others. It's a special type of mind. Rejoice in that.
我也当做隆重一点吧，隆重的给我节奏的中国对吧？ 나오니네 뭐지 단계로 수분나 주 레용이 수부 직 나노 직 마데워요 수수 담데베서 발레카데베요서 수파 시제 수부발을 차와 아니 우파 단르데 저서파 시도야 누가 독자도 파트 아니야 대우 상대스타 아니야 셈나라 우추 당연히 셈나 남자 토과 마지와 맞아 공자도 생광라다 펜도 전부 여러 아니 이제 그래도 다 싫어야 땅 삼로 야보지 땅게 이나라 봐 단다 단다 주주 단다라라 봐 말아서 되는 수지 인조는 저 땅에 요마다스라 봐 뒤다대가 심지 다대가 샤도나 그 강이 제요 말했어 이나 먼저 디샤게 말해 대베 내주 차창 양어지 디상의 야네 땅 되네 아마 이거야 그래서 뭐 이거야 갖고 누가 딴 누구 년ኛ 용으로 생각 어디 대리 되게 돼 아니 봐 전제 되게 봐 전바지 다 대베 내주기 수수 강의 동이 가려나 그래서 봐 내가 오늘은 대버 차로 봐 그래서 수수 전변나는 야대라 그래서 봐 전바지 생기 그래서 봐 전송 어두 시제 옥중 공대 시작하셨어요.
First, breathing exercise. It's important that your posture is upright, straight and relaxed, that you are aware of the breath going into the nostrils, the long breaths. And on the first inhalation, physically, the breath pervades your body. So any notion of the body being ill at ease or being tight or bound, on the out breath, that's released. So reflect on that for a few breaths. Then after that, when you breathe in, focusing on the mind, we tend to get, thoughts of being anxious or worry or these mental constructs. Really, the sole purpose of meditation is to pacify the mind. And if we think on it well, at this present moment, we have no issues at all. We don't have problems. But if we could just place our mind in the present moment, that would be fine. But we can't. There's a tendency to bring up the past again and again. And then that makes the mind upset, where it lets us down. So on the out breath, visualize all of those constructs of past or the future, let them go on the out breath.
다 단도야. 직심나라 토바 남다 루마데와 용구르와 되기래 남산남사 딱 가시에 고메 다다 약비 다보라 자 톰나 양고 데스 데와로 용구르와 니 단도 심나는 남다 도마 유도나 아니 둥이 나가라야 돼 다시 좀 마셔지도 가지 꼼제로
Mm-hmm.
단데 구도와 구도 망고다 저
Mm-hmm.
지랍라 딜레 요래 근데 저 꾸나마 왜세 트레저와 왜세 디스나구나 주 레운데 르기지 지 수보담데베소레 더 파시르야 진랍지도 아니 셈나게 지다 마지와다 동예다 남다 도 상마 바 진랍데도 아니 매버 차송 진제 아두 스테이스 콤디스 잡샤스라
It is the case that the mind has thoughts, projections, the mind gets perturbed. If we can stay in the present moment, there can be well-being. However, it is useful to visualize in the space in front an image of Buddha, as you see here, an image of Buddha, so that when you breathe in, imagine that the blessings come down from the representation of enlightened beings and then into your nostrils, so that your body is endowed with well-being, and mentally your mind is blessed so that you're free of these worries and mental constructs, these thoughts.
뭐야다 류야 데워 삼바양다 베디 데워디야 차송 탱고레스
Now think the body is relaxed with well-being, the mind is blissful.
뭐야다 이나야 심나라 남도다 만다 탱고레 나도 가야라 베데 치고 말에 가도 말레스와 다들 곰단다 우중 장가자야 되는도 다단계 우그릉부 단제 추단 파단 데라 다드네 우데스 교가 단제와 추단게 요시 파단게 요시 시베 토네 아니 장가자네 추단 파단 직니 숨시 아마자 딩은 진짜 요요요 장장도레샤네 야 장가 주제 종아제 뉴슈제 가져야 도토도 로 아야 심잉로도나 아야 참샤 this kaga de ne ya ko di yang yang ya ko ne changa ya kazu ja tu tu sia da u des jokes des tang ne changa de mu tu je kazu ja tu tu ji ja shi da ra de ne
However, it is the mind that has discursive thought, and one shouldn't push to stop that thought. Rather that we will begin to count the cycles of breath, whereas previously our inhalation, exhalation was quite long. Now we will do shorter or quicker breaths. Initially, just recognizing that. After recognizing that your breath has become more shallow, begin to count the cycles. So now I'm breathing in, now I'm breathing out. That's one cycle. Moving up, 1, 2, 3. Most of you who have come to class are familiar with this. So one does 10, 15, 20 rounds as one is able. And if again you find the mind becoming discursed, take a break and just rest in quietness. And then again, resume your count.
야다 uk탕가 참 샤제 아니 우크랑 가와 로다가나 따 제데 야 곰 주는 거 아니 되서이나 아니 뭐아 심타다와 시바 대화 되게가나 샤 데스 카브레 데디메나야 우크랑 바 지국 잠부 스탄제 코라 가와 도가 되게나 따 제샤 근데 디야 다데 디 연구민들나 아니 치료라는 거 다와지 다다만다 거기다 아니 되저 다도 저거나 심샤제 이제 다 단단히 곰디 쌤 다다와가나 셔야기 칼람들에로
Suspending now the counting of the breath, just observing breath and being able to watch breath, observe breath. Where does it go? Where does it dissolve? But except for those with experience, placing the mind in the present moment of quiet is not easy, it's difficult. In that case, just observe breath and watch it. If one cannot do that, then just focus on whatever sounds are coming up as a reference point for being in the present moment.
뭐야 당저 곰 디에디자레 고농 곰체 곰 시도레로 근데 나디 뒤에 저런저 곰제 위주로 무트제 잠나야 고여와 단다 싸워든데 유나요 저저 무트제 곰 잠나야 고여래 단다 고농 곰체 아니 우중 곰체 우중 곰창 롱종제 우중 곰창가 자야 되지 나 고농 대응도 샘기 가져야다 그게 샘바 상보지 간단해 들어와 아니 우주 롱종 제야 되다 지금 샘나는 감자도 톡보다 마주는 거 시야체 아니 우중국이 장가져야 되다 샘바 템보 써야 봐. 샘 템보 다 신내기 공으로 차용 거로 와서 제대로 샘 다다와가나 샤야도 다지 가서 그러면서 계속 뭐 쉬어래. 나라도 망고지 같은 거는 쉬어나지. 샘디 다다와가나 주는 샤게요 말아. 샘 다다와가나 샤나. 이 당이 건데 쉬는 먼저 단다디 공부되는가 단다 요 미디젤. 다들 내가 그러면서 강이 요만다. 가시에다가 이제 요면 빙마선이 빙마선 섬섬시 심나랑 빙갑 더보여나 오늘은 다다 개개 매어 강에 드드 다다 벌랑도 강에 매어로 그래서 어디 심 다다 벌셔야 돼 개좀 쉬어지려 했지 곰디진 시오도 스토리스로
We have just been through 4 stages of meditation: the motivation, breathing exercise, counting the breath, and then being present in the present moment. It is good if one cultivates this as a sustained practice. Some of you may already do, but it's good to make it habitual. The motivation should be one of kindness, thoughts directed towards the welfare of others. The second one, breathing exercise, the purpose of that is to pacify the discursive thought. And thirdly, the counting the breath is to make the mind's mental recall strong, stability is sometimes called shamatha. And the fourth one, placing the mind is in the present moment is very important. As I already mentioned, we can't be present in our mind. But if we really examine the present moment, we have no issues at all. We should be problem free. Okay, so some of you think, oh, this, that, and that, 1, 2, 3. In this moment, we don't have that. However, being present in the moment is very important.
다들 나 망고지 컨디션도 제금 곰 잡라데 즉 제로로 삼다 나궁도 이제 카가라 대상 티 말하다
Yeah, and then there's a type of meditation we call analytical. Some people think that meditation means just having a blank mind with nothing in it. That's not meditation at all.
제가 제로 곰되나 둠데데 제로레로 영그래다 영아요
You meditate on blank, your result is blank. Not the point.
제가 망고지 곰 자기라 곰 주중 쇼추도 시행 아니면 자기라 이제 아니 지 장자를 semba상을 돼 민도 sembal허를 돼 민도 아니 남자 총을 돼 민도 티 가를 공부하서는 이제 곰 자신게 말아 와
Yeah, I mean there are cases of people can meditate 4 or 5 hours, but they're not thinking on kindness. The mind doesn't become more relaxed. The mind doesn't get the result of being stress-free. So, yeah, there's no result.
어다 제금자디 개준불에 sem바 또 먼저 가르스는 먼저 상담단을 하고라 먼저 망버지 갈래 말아 직 중나로 나 강바지 중능아 기부용서를 나 둘러야고 중능 기부용 나 토고야고 중능 기부용서를 나 깨다 shum부천의 기부용서를 아니 시지 연연도와 미딘데 파도스타나 지 김도 거버지 통과로 근데지 중나 기부용서를 텐제 마기부냐냐 대대기로 꼭 those they were 당연한 수도 있는데 sometimes 되기도 알아.
And we need a type of meditation that is analytical. Why? Because it's the mental attitude we have to change. We need to cultivate a correct mental attitude. Oftentimes we have this attitude, if only I got it. If only I got something, like if I only had a nicer house or better clothes or fame. And you are constantly cross-checking with those around you, comparing, if only I could be like that. But the result of that is that you don't get the happiness that you seek.
We all most people think like that. If I got a house, I become happy. If I got new car, I become happy. If I got some fancy clothes, I become happy. Oh, my friend have something. I want it, then I become happy. If I achieve that. Reality is opposite. I don't have this, I become happy. I don't have competition. I don't have angry. I don't have suggestion. And
Craving.
Zimba. Yeah,
if I don't have like self-interest.
I need the
if I'm free of jealousy, if I'm free of pride. So all these things we don't have. No competitiveness, no pride, no jealousy. We're cutting them. In the context of not having those, well-being manifests. Please check thoroughly for yourself.
Yeah. 다 semba sangwo chewa zam tiga marwa 다 kayo layo pendo che 다 jiso paji tu nyamlin jimbe nyamlin shayadre jimbe nyamlin shayadre
So of course it's not enough to just have a kind heart and be well intended. One has to practice it. And in the context of putting it into practice, the six perfections, the first of which is generosity.
다 다른 둘다디 진배냠리 조치라.
Yeah, so this week we're looking essentially at the first of these paramitas.
이 게임다. 얘네 다 진바디라도 동에 셈바스래. 진배고 그런 동에 셈바스래. 진배고도 동에 셈바스래.
Now, essentially, the paramita or perfection of generosity is the mind that wishes to give.
아니 진바다 고들라 류 롱주 게자스 디진 숨레로.
And what can be given? One's body, like wealth, enjoyments, merits, one can give.
아니 되네 다 진배여도 매진 다 제마 랍샤나라 다 몽골 랍샤나 저런데요. 야고요 말해 해들래닝 거.
So going into thoroughly, probably we'll leave that for next week if we do too much. It'll spin us out.
다 다리 아니 가제 되거라. 아 진바당 알아 진바당 메스르 봐. 말아 배샤니 메스. 아니 말아 그게 메다 타임이 진바당 진바당 게무게 와 밀 게무게 밀지 게무게 미기 따이나 지 야고체 따야. 아니 수수 최장 현저도 지 드링체 안 투주 진바다야로 미신다 그 동이 암저 님베이나 그 상무 진바르와 진바다야로 투주 진바다.
Some people say they have nothing to give, but you can give a smile or the way your eyes look upon someone. The people who have studied can discuss the Dharma, and then even just giving your time so that you can listen to others.
Yeah, one very nice story, Buddha story. One beggar and he asked Buddha why I become poor, and Buddha told, you didn't do practice generous practice, therefore you become poor. And he said, I don't have nothing, I'm beggar, And Buddha said, you can smile, people smile, not smiling. And then you can look your eye, right? Migita di tayo, right? Migita na. Kasi migita di shanazo di mi. Yeah, I need looking kindness eyes.
Yes, as Buddha said, you can look on people fondly, don't frighten them.
And then you using nice words, right? And then you show nice body language. And then your time, time is most precious. And I think, you most people have been here. I think I recognize you've been here a long time now. And then you thinking, oh, this center, I have learning meditation. I want to go to meditation. And I think you need more than like that, This center is your center. This community is you thinking this is my community. Yes, this is for service for community. We start this for service for people, and then the Buddhist believer donate this 100% donate for community. And then this is the own for trust on nobody one person. Therefore, this is for community. Therefore, you are part of the community. You thinking this is my community, and therefore you can put more effort, not just learning. This reason time generous to practice. What necessarily need bring money those things, but you try to some more. Do something here. For example, I see here big job too here, and Enda and Marx working very hard, and I'll be working very hard, and then see there deck.
The deck around the Gompa.
they take the fireplace deck, and then my house decks. Paul, water bullets cleaned. Now I think they need oil, and also you will have some time. You can come generous practice, generously practice, just not talking. Do something. Just 2 hours, 3 hours fun, 1 week, no need the whole day. Just come 2, 3 hours, much you can. Just makes you feel happy, And also you need lots of the grass cutting, grass is you can make, for example, sometimes you see some nice flower, and one, her name is Catherine, and she's come to most Saturday, Sunday, and she's look after this only 2, 3 hours once a week. One person put like this, making beautiful, just put flower. And you can do something like that. Some area you can make more cleaning. Look other side, market grass cutting more nicer. The other side looks long hair. Sometimes I feel I have long hair. I'm not really happy. When I cut my hair, I'm so happy. Maybe this land is you cut the land is so happy. The land give you some joy. Therefore, you need to very kind for the land. Then they give some for you. It's a more people believe that motherland is more precious. This is true, But everyone some. But one thing is, need to contact Pilva and Peter or Andrew or Mark. You need some guiding. Otherwise, you can't cut everything. One announced like that. We had lots of people came, and then people cut say, oh, this is not people have different idea, And they cut it magnolia flower. People was okay, they cut flower. She's so upset. They cut it. Oh, this making, cut it. Oh, she was so upset. She said, please don't bring people. They're making messes. Therefore, we need a little bit careful. Just grass, okay? Yeah. This is your generous practice time, to do from there. It's amazing. I recognize that one sixth Dalai Lama, a pound,
Poem.
He said, Mimala the series,
Mhm.
people hand is gold, Laura.
Mhm.
Like what the series,
Mhm.
people hand is gold, right?
Mhm.
And people mouth is methods.
Method.
Mima cut the chewing.
The water.
Mare. Water marda. Top.
Method.
Methods.
Method. Yeah.
People mouth is methods. Methods? Do you
Method.
understand?
Yeah. The method.
Some methods. Do you understand? You need English translator, no? Methods.
Yeah. Method.
Methods. You got now? You got?
It's a golden hand and method in the mouth.
Yeah. People hand is golden hand. And Mima la the series, Mima cut the chewings. Tingone demboredo. Tingone redo ya. Mima la what the ser. Mima watching how the ser melagra. The ser yore.
It's really true. Like people say they don't have gold, but they have gold in their hand.
Because still value.
Yeah. Gold by itself has no value, but it is a hand that can do things that has so much value.
Your hand making lots of things, You're not talking lots. Yes, and this is be not the boy. Mimala, Missa, get catch more Mimara.
Yeah, so what this means is, we're dependent on the people in the community, like this, all of us.
And then the Jimbe Nyamle, or the to zoo Tonerva. I said, Yijimiji, and Pesha and Pesha Rochane, Wara, only two law need to law to law Tobat and the Yora, Pejumin Yonde, Pejumeva to law to push in the Jashan Yabutara.
Yeah, so that's, practice of generosity, if one can give time. Of course, if one gives financially, but then again, if one can give like clothes to those that need clothing, that type of thing.
I saw some on the road, they said, plum, pre plums, pre. That's good, isn't it? And this is very nice, Some people need buy plum, some people so many plums. They put on the road, the pre plum. If you want some plum, we have some plums. And we have some fruit there. 제자다 먼저 짐배냥 린다야디 주주 당야요래 아니 수수 아 저런서 게 곰장겨로 곰장 아니 곰 잡단도 잠바라 수수 곰잡 수수 곰장다 수수된 저에게 낭미 톡보 총모든데 여러와 어두줄라다 탑 캐버지 돈에 콘솔라 디 곰자야 디 콘솔라 파셰지야게 배준치오래 봐. 그는 상상 공진인데 참잠도 콘솔게 전수 파즈 experience로 this year new experience sharing something like that was but 콘솔 파즈 experience 파즈 share 실제는 아니야 보다로.
So there is that within the practice of generosity, the giving of one's time. And then, we are looking at methods and means to study meditation. From time to time, one can share that with friends and family, of course, in a skillful way. Like if you're going for a walk, you can share some new experience around that.
You need very smart and need to understand. Also, don't pushing. Your relative, your friends, your family have some mental problems that you see, we have connection, You say, you need meditation, you need to go there. Don't tell like that. Don't tell like that. Okay. It's not working. Just sharing a little bit of experience. Oh, yeah. What's your experience? I have some experience, yeah, I have so many stress, anxiety, something like that. I try some meditation, makes me have a little bit. Just skillful sharing is most important, A lot of people think I'm very calm. I know my relative has stress. Oh, you need meditation. You need to go to Chandakati. Don't say, okay, don't say like that. Try something their situations very stressful and then you have some more calm, try to yourself calm and more peace, more calm. And then they say, oh, you looks a little bit different before. You're easy to upset. What happened today? Then a good timing, then you can share. First, try your good example yourself. Try example, and then they notice. Oh, you're a little bit different, And also, they're working and sometimes spend with your friends, catching up with your friends, your school friends, childhood friends, and then sharing their life, and then you can share your life stories, meditation helps you problem times. Just these sharings most important, you know. Then they go, oh, I want this, you know. And they ask a question, "Oh, where did you learn, you know? That time you say Chandagati. You need smart. uh, because we have near 20, more than 25 or something people here, each have family, friends, you get sharing, and then maybe 100 people benefit more, you know? Yes, you know, therefore, this is your practice, helping for people, your connection people. I think this is your job. My job is finished. Now your job is. 아유, 어디 나이제 둔다디게 냠냠 어떻게 했다?
That is the homework for this week.
Home relaxation, like
Home relaxation.
relaxation. No homework.
Not
relaxation.
homework.
If you do that, you have relaxed. You know? If you don't do this, you have. Do you have question? Do you have question? Question. Sure. Yeah, online have some question. Online. Oh, no.
Not yet. Did someone?
Okay, Maria. That. the 단당에 곰 가르가르라 스당에 마치 튀어튀어라 단당아도 곰 가지 잡스 이게 마치 튀어시죠.
Right. If that's the case, I'll ask you. How many meditation steps did we go through? Yes? 4. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone again together, you know, twice. Yeah. 4, which one?
Okay, what were the 4? Motivation, yeah, intention, good. Breathing exercise, good. Counting, yep, and being in the moment, yeah.
Okay. Pass. And that and the home relaxation karela.
So what is the home relaxation?
Do you remember?
Sharing. Yeah, giving one's time in the context of generosity.
And sharing with the family. 데리다. 제가 먼저 당경에 들어서 디기라서 디기 류대와 심기라서 류대와 차라 아주 류다지 칼라사단도 계시모래도 와 아니 류지제야래 니고야래 아니 곰자야래 어다 디게디 시디다 류대와 차라 차진 시디 보도 하다 간다로.
So we talked about this word ki or well-being. So there's that of body and mind. First, with regards to bodily well-being, we need food, exercise, sleep, and meditation. So those 4 will help your body. However, all of those are connected with mind. But from amongst those, it is the meditation that is the strongest correlate with mind.
New Zealand on such be Nala the Noda Tao Sinjan Tao Duna and Chilo to Kama Chichongaji Japshan and Digra did Chamjam Dora Chamjam Do and Kama Chichonga. Teminduna and Lagane on the traffic jam the day do Modena Lagom Jab than Digra.
It is good if one can make one's meditation practice a habit, to do it every day. It is good. Best case, you do the morning. If you cannot do that, you do afternoon or evening. And you don't need a lot. You can do like daily 5-10 minute lots. And in New Zealand, we have really nice sceneries. You can go out for a walk and do it there if it's getting busy at home, just for 10 to 15 minutes. And you can do it there. And then if that's still difficult, when you come to a traffic light and the traffic jam, you can do it.
이거 traffic jam the
Yeah, the jams are getting bigger.
Well,
Well, we don't have a choice but to sit there.
제가 디인도다 아니 곰자디 곰시스나 한 투주디 갈래갈래 나리온 거래로.
Now, if one makes meditation a habit, then the time will increase by the way.
근데 곰게 전 찍라 곰리체월래 고요라 곰리.
One of the words we use to translate meditation is to be habituated with, to make the mind familiar with.
두세다 아니 다 디네다 당기 단당아서 짐바다야 될라면서 롱주 당바로 롱주 또 많자 먼저 뒤준 제대로 짐바당세가 두로당 칼라당 강바당 메샤당 근데 간라 투도 왔다 나도 류 짐바다야데 네 단다 야 짐베냠레 베 네제 토부 차는 미슈지게 다요 말했어.
So we talked about some of the things that can be given when practicing generosity, our enjoyments. Normally we think about being able to give things that we enjoy, substance, on kind of material level. But when it comes to giving away one's body or the generosity of body, one can only do that with a high level of realization.
다 짐바당 편도체에서도 딜라 레와야마다 expectation 매베다네 펜바 바식치니 대군론데 장마 쉬지고야 디케좀 쉬어레스로.
Now, when one engages in the practice of generosity, the motivation is important, and that motivation should be solely to benefit other without expectation.
세상 이 전주선배 짐바당베 계획자와 소남디야 안데 셈질 방어와디 갈스나다 레와 펜바 바시미시 틀어 하게 디파지는 알라디 추용글라딘데 라메 디에나다 비즈니스 더 차라다.
So it is said that when we dedicate the roots of merit, of bodhicitta or altruism, we do that dedication with that thought that you're only helping others, that you're not getting something in return. It's not like a business where you think, oh, if I invest that, I'll get that back. It's not like that.
제가 따당기는 소남라디 제가 계획자와 소남세야디 이제 차고는 야고요래 먼저 소남 코랑 어디 데미디지선 통화요 말해 누가로 소남 그 규단 되거든 먼저 통그래 규대 통그래 되거든 먼저 통그래서 봐.
Now this brings us to merit, which we mentioned earlier, dedicating the roots of merit. And merit is something that cannot be seen with the eye, but one can see the result because there's a result of it.
배나 짐바당을 샤비나 짐바당에 소남기 규디 먼저 밀파 당니시도 와 떼니시도 와 배샤 떼니 칼라 떼니 둘로 떼니시도 와 어디 소남기 규사고요 레스로.
Yeah, so the person that's involved in giving food, money, whatever, we can look at that person and think, oh, they are creating merit.
다데 짐바당와 되게 누워지 신다 누워지 강을 더 누워시로 소남사데
Now the act of that person's generosity, there's a potency in that, and that's what's created.
안 되네다 짐바당한테 롱조용 거다 그거 롱조 다
디제버와
되고디 롱조용 어디 먼저 하고 미추고 차
라라라
가제 강벌하고요 가제 뭐라고요 지난다 갈래도 잡고 열다 이나야 디 당에 지지 잘래 디다 디게 디다들에 롱조 디 고선한 게 되우레스 당을 거대고 셔나.
And that potency matures has a maturational result, isn't it? So the result is that the person has a car, they have a house. Okay, so yeah, they have to put effort into that, but that will be explained. But anyway, that's the result.
다 소놈 여번다 매버서 저저 가지고 미가시 갈래 소놈 여버체 아니 소놈이 야고사요나 짐바다메 소놈이 야고사요나 갈래 디스 겨우다 롱주 전부 차는 거
Now, there's a difference between having merit and not having merit. In the case of the person that has merit, they just practice a little bit of generosity and they get lots of things. You know, they just get it.
다 가시지 갈래 쇼잖아 저는 라야치는 민도
Yeah, and then there are others who put in so much effort, but not much comes back.
디 소놈 지라 사메다 짐번 냠렘 시다 메다 된 거로
And, you know, the fact is that you put in so much effort for not much coming back. That means that generosity hasn't been practiced.
다 가시지 그냥 소놈 롱주 전부 쉬우지 축식을 매우 차도 봐 도르고다 디 가르제르스나 디다 수련하고 마서
Now, there are some who practice, and from their practice of generosity, they get wealth. So the maturational result is there, but they lose the wealth quickly. It just dissipates. And that's a result of not keeping good ethics.
소놈 영어면 양우체 ngole 되어요
Or they did the good thing, they created merit, but they didn't dedicate it correctly. They didn't seal.
지난데 띵하란서 지도는 따다 하고 그래요.
Yeah, this we can see directly in society, the way it manifests.
미가시 갈레로 시라 마잖아네. 코라 지 고야 되게 따다다다다다 라로.
Some people without much effort, without much kind of effort at all, they just get things in their hand. You know?
내 보셔면 내 경험이 소놈이야 무사해서.
I'm not pushing it, but I think in the past life I created quite good merit.
나 찍든지 거의 samsara는 리용도 거.
Sometimes I think, oh, that would be good, and then tends to happen a bit.
자주 잠말다 만.
I'm not saying 100%. Saying something.
위싱제라 다다 리용도 제가 이 소놈디 대사이 제가 다 단단하라 짐바탄 게 짐바타에 배전치겠어.
Yeah, I did kind of a sign that one has created some merit, so then I think that inspires me to practice generosity to create merit.
제가 뭐마도 와이나 도지된라 디에다 미 pongo도잖아 ana jero como jado tende jimbatan ro ta dinsa como tongda nga se jimbatan to do che nge jimbatan ya phat do ko ngema ni nyun tan la di kale ya phat do da.
Okay, so you know, like the beggars in Gaya, Upper Gaya, I used to give them like ana J, which is like 50 paisa,
Yeah,
or a rupee.
50 cents.
But these days I can give them like, it's gone up, I can give them like thousands, like
Yeah, maybe update to do yeah.
I've updated my
generosity.
potential generosity.
그래서 이 소놈사데 어디래다 네 변화하면서 the 하고 그래 저저도 가시로 봐야 진이도 거야 거파 로고체 거를 쩨다다다 레로다로.
Yeah, and merit is like that. And some people, you know, help out at the Dharma center, and then the result comes around.
어야 다 다리 저런서 들다디 짐바 내기 직당쇼 아스라.
So in this coming week, it is good to practice generosity as one can.
Next time I want to ask. Okay. No. I don't know. Ask. Okay. Oh yeah, 당도 다 드리 네 데이터 당기 간서 쇼베 공자다 아니면 공기다 냠len 체체로 네 건다 많이 가라고 될량 간서 다슈로 단제다 드링아 내가 논두 가르 치면서 봐 주셔야지 tila shakba che, thakba che. Ani chinche mi chinche be tomsim che. Ta yang, yin su su, gom jaya re, jimba tanya re, nde pendo shen, nde samdang da samba jiu yo re, rwa. Ani zila gawa gom, ta tiling tindil gawa ya wuche ya ra, ani ta sanyi nge dili hawa gawa manga che, gom manga jaya yin sam. Ani gawa che wa di ngawa manga ya wuche, odus che na, nima chigi. Gom gu dodang di odus che na re, rwa.
In the context of practice, daily practice, one will have done practice morning, afternoon, and at the end of the day, concluding, you check the day. Were there any mistakes made? And then if so, regret and confess them best as we can. And then on the other side, if one has meditated and helped others or created virtues, dedicating them, that's the constraints of a day.
Aya da me de ngaranzo gewa sa sha ba di yang wo me lam che ro sonam sonam sa sonam sa ro.
So now, what about all the things we've done together in this session? We should dedicate that. Now we create merit.
Gewe za wa di domni shi de ya la wa de da yu ren da Russia ma de da cham cha wo da ka le shi da nin ja. Da de ma du chan la wa de da ji dwa ji jong ye sa yong me da de ko ja mong bo do. Ane da mi mong bo ji la ting san le ga ma ra be kong ye ane ne na da do zo ba shi ya da ta do na zam ling ga zo mi chang ma la wa de ane ji chap se ba da mi chu bo do zo 심나라 참바단 저벌리고도 디말레는 인가 더 잘도 저단디 아니 용 쇼스 지제네 뭐만지 지종에 되는 마 지제 가지시더라.
So then these merits we dedicate for the world peace. There are some difficulties, for example, in Ukraine and Russia, oh dear. And then there are difficulties with the elements, earth and fire, people experiencing that elemental disruption. And then there are those that don't have work. There are contagious diseases. May they be pacified. In general, may the humans in this world have well-being, but particularly in the hearts of the leaders, the political leaders, because if they don't cultivate concern for others, it's difficult. So may that come to be. I will say a few words to that end, and please reflect likewise.
선언디 단계에 봐이 공부도 지지다 되네 간단하다 치벨 지벨들도 저 전주선조를 뭐지 뭐지 바나지 이제 저님만 원에 배워서 천재와단 취지 시험보다는 이제 이런 것이서 여자들다 이제도 단계도 배진 요즘 뭐 취지고 정말 취지는 말 배워给怎么说的？听见嘛？来唱话来说，